So we live together.
Yep.
We watch football together.
Yep.
We talk about football together.
Yep.
Why don't we just start a podcast?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Welcome back to the Eye Test. It's myself, Lyes, and my boy CultureCams. And because it is international break, what better way to spend it than playing a little game of fours, international version? So what we're going to do is look at each national team, each country, and try and identify the specific niche that country excels at producing in. We got Brazil, we got Italy, all of the best countries of all time. We're going to try and narrow it down to 4 and rank them.
I mean, the thing is, it's not only that as well, yeah, right? There's some countries that struggle to produce a certain thing as well.
That's true.
Like, I always say, for example, you look at Portugal, great nation. They've had Pepe's, Carvalho's, good defenders.
Good wingers, yeah.
They've had good wingers, Cristiano, Nani, Figo, Samao was even at a good level. Eusebio, you know what I mean? They've had great wingers and stuff, but then they've always just had quite mediocre level strikers. I think their best striker of all time that I have seen with my own eyes is Paletta.
I was just about to say that.
And
Paletta.
he was okay. You know what I mean? He was good. So, like, it's funny how some countries can't produce certain things and some countries can. And maybe now it's starting to change with England on the left wing, but England had a left wing issue for such a long time.
I'd say England too in terms of like controllers, right? They never really produced those small techie midfielders.
Scholes is like the only one that England have had. Like, Italy, you can't imagine Italian flair, can you?
Nah, Italian flair, man.
Camaronese is probably their most. He's probably.
I thought he had a little night.
And Camaronese's from like Uruguay, Brazil.
Yeah, he ain't even.
Yeah, he's from like every single. Like Totti was nice.
Totti had the back heels and stuff like that.
Yeah, true. But would you like? You're not gonna put him in a flair conversation.
Not with like the Brazilians, for example.
Exactly. So there's certain things that certain nations just struggle to produce. But yeah, I think talking about like the things that certain nations super excel in is a fun conversation, man.
Where do you want to start? Do we start at the top with the best?
We can start at the top.
It's got to be Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazil.
So when you think about Brazil, what do you associate Brazil with?
Oh, come on. Joga bonito, samba, flair, come on. I think of skills, bro. I think of like players who just have a fun time making their defenders look like crap.
Yeah. So I mean, that's facts. Obviously, that's what Brazil are known for. We're not going to go to the days of Pele. We're not going to go to Garrincha people. We're not going to go to Zico.
Rivellino don't do it for you.
We're not going to go Rivellino. We're not going to go that far back. What we're going to go is obviously a bit more modern stuff that we've seen. So if you're talking about flair, we're talking about flair. And let's say dribbling. Dribbling ability. But when we're talking about dribbling, with Brazil, we're not talking about guys that just go in and out. When we're Brazil, you talk about the guys that have the step overs, the skills, the back heels, the rabonas, all of that type of stuff. I mean, when it comes to Brazil, I think the 4 guys that are often very much spoken about when it comes to dribbling, there's probably some honorable mentions, but I would say Rivaldo. I think people forget about how flary and how exciting he was as a player. Like, go back to his Ballon d'Or year, go back to even before that, Brazil 2002 World Cup as well. Amazing. I think R9, come on. It goes without saying.
Those step overs are crazy. Oh, my days.
Neymar.
That's actually a crazy 4.
Like, you associate them with Brazil. You associate that dribbling ability. So if you were to like, we'll play like a game of rank, right? For all of these. If you had to rank in terms of dribbling ability, Neymar, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, and R9, who you going?
Oh man, this is tough, bro.
Tough, you know?
This is like a boss battle right here, bro. Like, because there's no scrubs here. It's not like sometimes when you do ranking and stuff like that, it's like, okay, there's one who's obviously near the bottom.
Yeah.
All 4 of these guys will make their defenders look like idiots.
Yeah.
I think I'd go 4th Rivaldo. I think I would. And
Rivaldo had that close touch.
I know, bro. That left foot was a 1, bro.
Yeah.
That left foot was a 1. Bicycle
so shifty. Rivaldo was shifty, man.
Yeah, but when you're comparing him,
and he had step overs
as well. But the other guys didn't have step overs. I'm gonna go Rivaldo 4, and it might be because I'm gonna go Rivaldo 4. 3, I'm gonna go with R9, bro. I'm gonna go with R9. Now listen to this, right?
Wait, Whoa!
I know, third R9, but let me tell you why third R9. First of all, R9, I've never seen a player able to dribble the goalkeeper as well as R9.
Bro,
no
he
one has
scored
made
over 80 goals going past the
No
keeper.
one, forget about making your defender look like shit.
Yeah.
He makes his goalkeeper
Literally.
look like crap. The step overs, the feints, the elasticos, both footed.
Yeah, who was doing the flip back first, bro? It was Ronaldo. It was R9, bro.
People are gonna say Rivellino back then.
Yeah, bro. R9 was doing it in the mainstream.
Yeah.
R9 took it mainstream.
Yeah, but it's not about who did it first. It's about who did it right, and that's why I got R9 at third. And this is the eternal question, though.
R9, but the thing is, the way R9, was able to like, he was so good at dribbling with both feet. That's one thing I liked about him, and he was able to like, it's the way he used to like drag then shift. Like it was so quick. It was just so quick, and for his frame as well, how close his touch was. I don't know if I is.
Who are you putting below R9, bro? Out of those first two, for me, the first two, that's the eternal question, the one that we always speak about, anyways.
What, Neymar, Ronaldinho?
Yeah, that's the one, bro. That's the one. You're gonna tell me R9 is a crazy dribbler, but he's a better dribbler than Neymar and Dino.
Oh, but yo, you need to check 18 to 23, 24 R9, bro. Oh my god, bro. PSV R9, Inter Milan R9. Dribbling on mudslides.
I've seen the clips, bro. I've seen the clips.
Barcelona R9.
I seen what R9 did for Inter, bro. Come on. In that little bookie ass
that
farm.
Damn, that is so tough. I would love to ask Brazilians this. I wonder who Brazilians are.
They're going to say, Neymar, you put him last. All
right, let's go. Top two.
It's the eternal question, man. Will we ever have a consensus answer to Ronaldinho versus Neymar? I don't think so. But this is dribbling. This isn't just what they achieved, who was the better player, who had more to their... This is purely the skills. Art of skills.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, like, pick your poison, bro.
This is 1A, 1B. This is 1A, 1B. I'm going to go Ronaldinho. I'm going to go Ronaldinho because maybe it's biased, people, but Ronaldinho made me dream.
Yeah.
If Ronaldinho did things, then I was like, no. Give me the ball now. Let me try this. Neymar, I think, is a greater, closer control dribbler, probably, which is insane to say because it's glued to both their feet. I think his frame
helps him, bro. The fact
he's got the lower center of gravity. He's a little
skinnier too. Yeah, he can weave his way through guys.
He's the lower center of gravity. But I just think Ronaldinho is a bit more audacious. I think he was a little bit more like... What the hell did I just see? That's what I think.
You know, the day I saw Ronaldinho do a no-look pass on the move I was like, this guy's stupid, bro.
This is what I'm saying.
This guy was running full speed and he just said,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But Neymar is got the low center of gravity and that counts for something.
And I think Neymar, his left foot, it helps him too. Like he's two-footed dribbler.
Yeah. And that's the thing is Ronaldinho's frame being big, like people see that Ronaldinho was 6 foot.
Yeah, he's a big guy too.
And
stocky.
Yes. And the thing is, like, just the way he used to move was just different.
I can't lie too. Go look up, guys, Ronaldinho at Gremio.
Blood. PSG too.
Skinhead Ronaldinho. With the little, what's it called? Hocus Pocus. Bro, Ronaldinho at Gremio. Nah, I think it has to be Ronaldinho. It doesn't have to be. So let me say that. We're talking about if we're talking about two all-time great dribblers. Yeah. But I think Ronaldinho, I mean, the flip-flop too. You talk about flip-flop. Okay, R9 might have done it for... I think of flip-flop. I think of Ronaldinho. That's all I can think of. Yeah. On the left, on the right, what he did to Bularos. The guy is a joke. Bro.
Yeah. I feel it's what I'm saying. Like, for example, right? If Ronaldinho was surrounded by 2 people, 3 people, I think he would attempt something more audacious than Neymar would. I think Neymar could probably get through that because Neymar can do like the through like 3. But I think Ronaldinho would try like a lift over the head type. Yeah. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Neymar would try that too. Let's not get it twisted. And Neymar,
for sure. I know,
and Neymar,
for sure.
I think one thing that we have to give him in terms of his arsenal of skills, the rainbow. Hey, he's got
he
that rainbow.
Yeah,
Ronaldinho didn't do that much. But Ronaldinho has that one where like back to his opponent will just spin, roll it behind and nutmeg him.
Ronaldinho loved the little
bro.
He loved the little roll. The roll soul through your legs. Ronaldinho had that on lock.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's
I'm gonna go Ronaldinho just because, like, honestly, maybe it's again because like he was also in my childhood too, so I remember those things a bit more fondly. But some of the stuff Ronaldinho would do, man, would honestly just like leave me with my jaw open.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, and obviously strength doesn't really come into dribbling, but it's the way that when people did come close, he could bounce them. Whereas I think Neymar kind of looked for the foul a little bit more.
Yeah, he definitely did. He
Ronaldinho did. You know what I'm trying to say? Like often, if you look at some of Neymar's best dribbles, they end in him being fouled, and well, now that's a good thing, I guess, because he's eluding guys. But at the same time, I feel like Ronaldinho bounced.
Am I bugging in saying Neymar for me is a better on the move dribbler, where Ronaldinho is more stop start?
You know, I think it could be vice versa. You know,
you reckon?
Neymar off the start was one of the fastest players ever, bro.
True. But I can. But when I'm thinking of Neymar's skills, I'm thinking
you're thinking of him like smooth,
and then him doing like the little rolls and like yeah. He'll do like that ball roll and then cut that same way. Like that's all I'm thinking.
Okay,
right now.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
He was just genuinely quicker than him, innit? He was like,
this is hard, bro. Honestly,
this is why I love these.
Forget about it, because who's the greater player? You can look at like that stuff is honestly okay. Just look at a Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
But this stuff actually breaking down each's dribbling bag. Oh,
I think for skills, Ronaldinho. I think for dribbling, I think it's Neymar.
I hear that.
That's the thing.
I hear that. We're never gonna come to an agreement. We're never gonna come to like a firm conclusion. I'm telling you, this duo, this battle, it's gonna be like one for the ages. Bro, honestly.
For sure. But we'll say 1A, 1B for whichever one, whatever order. It's a tough one. That is a tough one. That's a good place to start. What would you say for other nations that there is? I think, you know what's funny? I think when you look at England, right, and people are going to think, oh, England's such a boring nation. But one thing English people know how to do is leather the footy. Mate. You know what I mean? English people know how to leather a football, bro. Like, let them get within 30 yards, 25. They know how to crash a football. And that's something like, bro, I grew up in England, playing football in England. That's something we'd go out and do, bro. Like, you'd go out and take long shots. Do you know what I'm saying? And everybody knows if you're on the playground, Gerard, Rooney. These are the players that you scream when you're about to line up a long shot. So I think, England.
Yo, the way commentators used to be screaming Gerard and Rooney, bro, they put their whole mortgage behind that. Bro. They were fighting for their rent when they used to scream Gerard, bro.
Yo, that's hilarious. But like, I would say, I think England have a long shot trait.
Oh, definitely.
That's what I'm saying. Definitely. I think England have a long shot trait.
But who are your four? Because, Gerard and Rooney.
Okay, no Gerard and Rooney are in there. But they might not be the best, bro. I'm not even going to lie. Gerard and Rooney in there. Paul Scholes is in there.
Yeah,
which is
Scholes.
Incredible,
oh, my.
bro.
Those volleys. Oh, my days.
And I would probably say Frank Lampard.
Yeah, of course.
He has the most outside the box goals in Premier League history.
And Lampard, I can think just off the top of my head of a few just screamers. He's free got kicks bangers as well, too.
Yeah. I'm going to go fourth. Frank Lampard.
Fourth, Lampard. I know Lampard's your guy too.
Lampard's my guy, but he has the most outside the box goals in Prem history, right? But I think he didn't hit the ball as true as these three. I think when I look at some of Lampard's long shots, they often kind of move a little bit, or they're like.
But is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing. It's not. No, there's nothing. You're in the top four of all time. It can't be a bad thing. But at the same time, I just think if I look at their collection, I think Lampard's would be the least moving. That's all I'll say. And I think Lampard could strike the ball brilliantly. We're not talking about somebody that can't. But I just think if you're talking about the way that he hit the ball as true, could he hit the ball as hard as well as Lampard, as Gerard, Rooney, and Scholes? I don't think so. Maybe you could argue that his accuracy was good and stuff, but I don't know. I just think when it comes to the proper long shots, like I don't even remember a Frank Lampard volley.
A Frank Lampard volley?
Nah. Can you think of a Frank Lampard volley outside the box, 25 yards? I can think of a Steven Gerrard one. I can think of a Lampard.
I can think of all three of them. Yeah.
I don't think I can.
It's true. You know what, too? Lampard, I feel like also hit it sometimes a lot with the inside of his foot, like where he like almost like place it, like And he does have some like free kicks. I think Lampard is up there out of these. Like Scholes didn't really take them. Yeah. Lampard had some free kicks in his locker.
Yeah,
I would agree. Out of the four, I would probably position
Lampard
last.
fourth. Yeah. And then this is where it gets tough for me. I think this is For me, this is so tough. I actually don't know,
I think I got a third.
I think third.
For me, third is Scholes.
I don't know.
You know why
I think Scholes had the most tech on his shots out of all three of all them two.
But also, don't you think Scholes probably had the most inconsistency in his strike? Like, I've seen Scholes put it into Rose Z for me probably more times than I can remember.
Not more than Steven Gerrard.
You reckon?
Not more than Steven
I
Gerrard.
can remember
Gerrard would give you some that would.
I can remember Scholes
old ladies.
scything a few of them, bro. Like, slicing through them. Like,
I think Gerrard had the most wayward one in terms of because Gerrard often when
that's also Gerrard was
out of control.
Gerrard
bro.
had first person main character syndrome, bro.
Gerrard was out of control a lot of the times as well.
Gerrard let Martin Tyler get to his head, right?
Yeah. No, for sure. I think but I'm actually in opposite to you. I think
Really?
Scholes was the most precise.
Interesting.
No.
I don't think so.
I think Rooney was the most precise because Rooney also had the most guile about his as well. Rooney could whip one across him.
Yeah.
Rooney can whip one that way.
Yeah, Rooney can go across his body.
Rooney could volley.
Yeah.
Rooney could even chip you from outside the box.
Yeah.
Rooney scored from the halfway line on a volley.
Yeah.
So I think Rooney had the most guile and the most variety. But I just think when Scholes hit a football,
it stays hit.
It's bro. That's exactly it. That's the commentator. It stays hit. Scholes when he hit it, the ball didn't move, bro. The volley against Villa.
Oh my! Days.
The volley, bro.
What's the other one against
Bradford? The volley, from Beckham's thingy. He that created history, by the way. That goal that was iconic.
I don't know.
But Gerrard just gave you the.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what? I don't
know why in my head. Maybe because like I watched so much of Scholes. I can remember so many times that we would try that corner routine to him outside of the box, and he would just like, bro, we tried that so many times, bro. Maybe because I watched more Man United than I did Liverpool, but I can remember so many times us playing it out to Scholes and him missing it, or the one against Milan where it's his shit.
Yeah. But the thing about Gerrard, the thing about Scholes, I think about Gerrard is that you can think of his long shots and attach them to moments.
That's true, and it helps him.
Scholes he might do it against Newcastle in the 9th game of the season or whatever, and you're just thinking, what a goal, but you're not thinking. But Gerrard, Olympiacos, and he's giving
West
you
Ham
that kind of
you see that one, That's why for me he's first. I'm sorry, you're talking about Olympia. Yeah, bro, he's first for me. I can't lie because long shots for me are synonymous with Gerrard. Maybe that's unfair, right? Because it shouldn't be who's it synonymous with.
Did he have more variety than Wayne Rooney?
No, he didn't. But this you said screamers. If we're talking purely screamers, not chips and curlers and stuff like that, then it's Gerrard.
No, I didn't say screamers. I said long shots. I didn't say screamers. I said long shots.
We could have put Beckham in this then over.
Yeah, but the thing is, Beckham a lot of the time with dead ball in it, so that's a little bit different.
Long shots. Though.
Yeah, but free kicks. If we're doing set piece, it'll be different.
Okay, so then maybe I'm at fault here because I'm thinking like purely
but your reasons
who used to leather it. That's just for me synonymous with Gerrard, and maybe that's at a fault because Scholes I think more of like the long balls, 40-yard volley passes to somebody, like the way his ball striking was so pure. But when I just in my head I'm picturing, I just close my mind and I'm trying to picture a scenario where a ball falls to the top of the box and a player is there to just scream it in, and I hear the commentator's voice. I'm sorry, the first thing I'm thinking of is Gerrard.
Yeah. Gerrard is synonymous with that, but I just think Rooney had such as I'm saying, he had such a different variety. Rooney could volley it. Rooney could half volley it. Not saying Gerrard couldn't. Rooney could half volley it. Rooney could chip it. Rooney could swing it across his body. Rooney obviously free kicks as well. Rooney had the curl as well. Wow.
So where are you putting? Oh, who's our third? For me, third is Scholes.
You've convinced me a little bit with Gerrard. With
the scenario.
Yeah.
But then who's third?
I just can't confidently say these man can scream a ball better than Scholes. It's just hard to say, bro. It's just hard
whose screamers at their best? Not who did it more. Whose screamer was the best out of the four? Yeah, that's the case. Yo, Scholes' volley against
Villa.
Bro, the Vard. Oh my days, Vardisi, crazy.
That is so hard, bro. I think we could be here forever.
Yeah.
But then Rooney v Newcastle.
That's, you know what that is? That's an FU finish.
Yeah, literally. That was...
That's an F off finish.
Damn. But then Gerrard v West Ham. I actually think that is one of the best goals I've seen. Like, in terms of...
You know what? We need to start popularizing that term, by the way. You know, in basketball, there's like an FU3 or whatever?
Yeah.
we need to start talking about that in football, too, bro.
Oh, man. I think he scored one the other day. Murphy versus Newcastle, but that was
even Murphy against Chelsea.
Against Chelsea. Yeah. Oh, man, you know what? All right, I'm gonna go. Oh, know it's not going to be nice, but I'm going to go Scholes,
Yeah.
Gerard Rooney.
Really? Oh, I thought I convinced you there for a second. Me, I got Lampard fourth, Scholes third, Rooney second, Gerrard first. But it's close, man. It's close. It's so close.
What other country do you think has something
There's,
along those
there's
lines?
one for me that, like, when we think of calcio and we think of the Italians,
Ooh.
you think of defending, bro.
Mm.
Honestly, like
Yeah.
I think that we talk about Brazil was like the most known.
Mhm.
Italy is a close second.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
you
yeah,
think
yeah.
of Italians, you think of Rolls Royce, hard-nosed defenders,
Mm-hmm.
bro. And there's so many, right? Like there's ones that go even before our time, right? What's the
Mm-hmm.
guy who Gentile against Maradona, and what's his name?
Yeah.
Schirea, I think is his name as
Yeah.
well too. Like hard-nosed, no nonsense, tactically astute defense. Catenaccio, I think that's what they call it. But I think there's probably four. And you know what? I'll even give it an honorable mention
Yeah.
to the three Juve ones in terms of
Chiellini.
Bonucci, Chiellini, and Barzagli.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
a really good trio.
Yeah.
But when I think of Italian defenders,
Don't even forget guys like Costa Curta.
yeah, Costa Corta, yeah.
People like Costa Curta was, proper.
Even Materazzi. I mean, like he's
Mat-
not at their level, but he's still like
Materazzi,
a top
Materazzi.
center back. But the four that I think of, and three of them are basically in the same era,
Mm-hmm.
is Alessandro Nesta,
Mm-hmm.
Paolo Maldini,
Mm-hmm.
Franco Baresi, and Cannavaro.
Mm.
Come on, bro. Like, what?
Wow.
You're maybe talking about the four best center backs of all time right there.
Wow.
You could make an argument that those are the four best.
Wow.
Obviously, you have your
preferences,
Ramoses and your Beckenbauers.
But if you're talking about pure thoroughbred defending, these are four. Like, if you do a top 10, all four are in here.
easy, bro.
It's
I saw
pure
R9.
thoroughbred
He
defending.
made his Dream 11, right?
Yeah.
I think he had Maldini, Cannavaro, and Nesta.
Wow.
No, Nesta. Oh, he definitely had those two
Yeah.
for sure. And Baresi. He might have had all three.
I mean, wow. Yeah. You know what? You made a good point earlier when you just said that, like, in terms of like thinking about Brazilian dribbling or Brazilian flair, I think Italy are probably the most synonymous with something.
Yeah.
And it is their no nonsense tactical defending. Baresi, look, I didn't get to watch all of Baresi. Obviously, I've watched videos. Me and you do research. Like, people say we're nerds or whatever, but we've looked into that. So I know what Baresi was like. Such a leader, guided Maldini to become what Maldini became.
Yeah.
Basically learning his footsteps.
You know the thing with Baresi, right?
Yeah.
He's a short guy, man.
So is Cannavaro.
But Baresi, I think
They're both
Cannavaro.
same height,
But I think Cannavaro, and again, I'm more biased because I watched Cannavaro, but I think Cannavaro was more of an athlete in terms
Yeah.
of his leap was a joke.
Yeah.
Baresi, you look at him, he's not really like this assuming all-powerful guy. Like, he looks almost like a little skinny.
Mhm.
He's a bit short. But
Yeah,
when
all
you
that
watch
space
Baresi play, his anticipation and his reading of the game
Mhm.
ensures that he never actually gets beat on the ground,
Mhm.
in behind, in the air. He's first to everything,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
He's first to everything.
And when you're small, you have to have good timing. That's the most important thing about
his
everything.
reading of the game is just
Yeah.
like he's 3 steps ahead of everyone.
Yeah.
bro.
It's hard because I didn't get to watch all of his career like thoroughly.
You sound like LeBron, by the way.
Yeah,
I didn't get to. I definitely knew that. I didn't get to see him when he was at the club, but I definitely knew that.
But I definitely knew that. Baresi's a hard one to do.
Yeah.
Baresi's definitely
It's
a hard
tough.
one to do. I'm just for the. Maybe this is biased, people. Not even biased. Maybe this is harsh, but because of his legendary status of Franco Baresi, I'm gonna put him in third.
Third.
I'm gonna put him in third.
Why is that?
I'm gonna put Cannavaro fourth.
Okay.
I think Cannavaro was the Ballon d'Or winner,
Yeah.
which everyone talks about, and you can arguably say the best individual centre back campaign in a World Cup that
Easily.
we've seen.
Easily that I've
I
seen.
mean, he was jumping out the gym,
Bro, he
And I
outjumped.
think-
He outjumped Mertesacker.
I genuinely think maybe you know what I mean, he might have been on that Balco. Do you know what I mean? So you know what I mean.
How do you say PEDs in Italian? Pay 8 days.
He might have been on that Balco that they say LeBron's on.
No, we saw those Italians, the doping allegation.
You know what I mean?
Juve in
Juventus.
particular.
You know what
Won't
I'm
say
saying?
too much.
So, but him, I think he was, in terms of what you're saying about Baresi.
Let me say one more thing.
Mm.
The way Cannavaro just lost all his hair all of a sudden.
We're not gonna speak too much,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he used to have the.
Yeah,
he
had a nice head of hair,
Yeah.
bro, and all of a
He
sudden,
went bald,
and that's when the form shot
and he
up.
kind of went a little bit.
Hey!
Listen. Allegations, accusations.
Yo, did we just unveil something? The archive. How Italy cheated their way to 2000s. Hey, allegations. It's all
Allegations, man. But nah, I think I'm gonna put Cannavaro last. Yeah, he had probably you can say the highest peak moment because he won the Ballon d'Or. Did Baresi win the Ballon d'Or?
No, I think there's only two, and it's Beckenbauer and Cannavaro.
Yeah, I think in terms of his timing and everything you're saying, I definitely think Cannavaro's there. I think the reason why and it might not be his fault because we are talking about the nuances of the game, so maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but Cannavaro also being part of the match fixing kind of situation is harsh on him, but it kind of stains his career a little. You don't get to speak about it in glowing terms enough.
I feel like every Juve player of that era, it's not really their fault because it's not like they were the ones.
They
weren't the ones in the lab like organizing with the referees.
They probably didn't even know.
No, they didn't.
They probably didn't even know. Yeah, they probably just were playing their game and things were happening behind the closed door. But I just think, no, let me not say that's why I'm putting him there. What I'm saying is it kind of makes his career you don't get to look at it as fondly because you just think, you kind of look at him like Parma. Whatever happened at Juve, Italy, and then he was kind of washing up at Real Madrid. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it kind of hurts him a little bit, but I'm just going to put him there because I've always said I don't think a 5'9", 5'8" defender can be as thoroughbred, elite centre half
which is actually,
as a Maldini,
it's so funny
as
that you say,
Nesta.
it's so funny that you say that actually, because Cannavaro's game was actually so much reliant too on his athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
He was a small guy, but like when I think of Cannavaro,
aggressive.
I think of his aggressiveness, his fearlessness, his leap. This guy, bro, like you said, could jump out the gym, strong, fast. It's funny you say, because of his height, but it's actually his physique was one of his best attributes.
It's true,
and I don't know if he read the game as well as the other three.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I would agree Cannavaro fourth. Baresi third though.
No, I'm going. Listen,
again, it goes back to what your height.
Yeah, this I didn't get to see enough. Of
Short
him.
Kings, hey.
But this might be controversial right now.
Oh, I might agree.
I think Nesta's number one.
I think so too. I think Nesta's the best center back of all time. I'm gonna put that out. Or he's the best center back I've ever seen in my life.
I think Nesta might be. I think if you're talking about all rounder in Maldini, the fact that he can play left back, the fact that he could play centre back. He was unreal, right? But one thing about Maldini, now listen, maybe I'm being answered, but I think he went to ground a lot.
Which is so funny because that dumbass quote.
Which is a fake quote, I'm sure.
It's fake.
Maldini went to ground a lot. A lot of the times when I'm seeing Maldini, he's sliding and listen, slide tackling is part of defending. Doesn't mean that they went past him. It doesn't mean that he's recovery defending. Everything he did was at elite level. I think these are two of the top five defenders of all time, right? So I think when I look at Maldini, it's just a little bit more all action defending. Yeah. When I look at Nesta, I think he was at perfection, bro. When I think about aerially calm, composed, everyone talks about aura, Van Dijk. You see Nesta's aura.
Nesta is all conquering.
Nesta was just so good at everything he done. Like he didn't need to slide if he doesn't have to. He'll take the ball off you so casually. Physically, you're not moving. He's an immovable object, bro. I just think when I look at Nesta, when I look at Nesta, he was just kind of like the epitome of defending. Bro, and growing up, Maldini was always the name. Like I remember growing up, you hear from your older brothers, you hear from your older cousins. So Maldini. Anytime you see someone think they're a good defender, you'll be like, he thinks he's Maldini. Maldini was that name. Yeah. But Nesta, when I was watching him, I was like, damn, you put him next to Costa Curta, you put him next to Jaap Stam, you put him next to whoever. He just looks the best. And bro, you know how much I love Jaap Stam. Yeah. Nesta was, Lazio as well.
I think Nesta is he's the best center back I've ever seen, bro. And I think Maldini, like if you put Maldini first, well, we're not going to curse you out here, bro. Maldini could very well be the best of the four. Mm-hmm. I think Maldini, though, part of like what also adds to the legend is the longevity as well too.
Mate,
like when you see like how long he's been playing, how many Champions Leagues he won, he was the captain, he was the Milan boy, like he is the son of Milan, like the looks as well too. Like Maldini, like is just he's him, bro. Like
he's him. That's he's him.
But Nesta, man, honestly, like if you could go into a lab, and it's like what we say about Van Dijk these days, but like if you could go into a lab and create the best center back imaginable, tall, athletic, elegant, brilliant on the ball, reads the game to perfection, never caught. It's Nesta, bro.
Have you seen that video of R9 killing him though?
Yeah, but R9 kills everybody. R9 don't count. R9 don't count.
R9,
It's
yo,
like
yo.
Messi versus Ramos.
Ramos,
and
yeah.
like those guys are aliens, bro.
R9 was doing.
That's a badge of honor you have to wear, bro.
Yeah. R9. I mean, we saw Desai and we saw Thuram and them like talk about how hard
Bro,
it is to mark
R9 is like the boogeyman.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a controversial one though.
Nesta.
I can't lie. I think controversial.
Again, it's because I don't think people actually like I think again, I don't want to sound disrespectful here and say Maldini's a myth, but I think some players
they have
their name is almost mythological at some point.
Zidane,
like, 100%.
Maldini.
Whereas Nesta, I don't think he had that mythological presence to him in terms of like how their name is carried. Like you look at the World Cup, I think he got injured the first game. Unluckily, Materazzi goes into the Materazzi is known more than Nesta and probably guys of some people. But Nesta, if you actually like. This is what we're calling it the eye test. If you actually like pay attention and go back and watch those early Milan teams, those early Lazio teams with Sven-Goran Eriksson, Nesta, man, is untouchable. Honestly,
I do agree. It's sometimes you have this myth to the name.
Yeah,
Maldini though, I'm starting to. I don't know if I'm.
Yeah, we might.
I don't know if I did the right thing there.
Nah, for me, I've always said Nesta is the best I've seen. He's the best I've seen.
I don't know if I did, because does the versatility play a part though?
I mean, we're not saying who's the best center back. Who's the best at defending?
Does that play a part though? Could Nesta defend wide areas like
no,
Maldini?
definitely not. Maldini literally played left back.
Yeah,
no, he couldn't.
But then Maldini also slotted in centre back easy.
Yeah. So maybe it is Maldini. Bro. In terms of
this is what I'm saying. I love these type of conversations.
In terms of the art of defending,
it
might be Maldini, bro. Shit, it might be Maldini.
Because you think he's the greatest centre back of all time.
I think he's the greatest centre back.
But if you actually have to sit down and have a football conversation,
Maldini's a 9 at left back and 9 at centre back.
Exactly.
I just think Nesta's a 10 at centre back.
If somebody simply said to you, "Hey, Lyes, I need you just to quickly bring one name to an all-star sports event. Bring the greatest defender that
I'm bringing Maldini. Nesta are gonna be like, whose uncle is this?
Is this security? Yo, man came with his bodyguard. Where's the defender, bro? Nah, it's a tough one. I'm gonna because I do think he went to ground way more than
That's
Nesta.
A security guard. You're
I do think he went to ground way more than Nesta.
Yeah.
And he was a bit more dogged than Nesta. But I am gonna go Maldini because he could play both sides.
I hear it. Because
one thing that we talk about now is, Van Dijk is this type of defender. Varane or whatever in his prime, they could define wide areas as well. Whereas people say Terry's and these guys needed to be in their zones. Maldini was doing that from the 80s, from the 90s to the 2000s. So I'm gonna go Maldini. I'm gonna go Maldini 1. I'm gonna go Nesta 2, Baresi 3, and Cannavaro.
That's a
4.
star-studded 4, bro.
That's
wow.
That might be the best 4 of any we've done.
I think so.
Actually,
I think so.
Neymar, Ronaldinho, R9. Anything that has them 3 in there.
I think it's Italy, bro. I think it's Italy, man. Let's go to the next one.
Jeez.
Vive la France.
I think this one is.
This is tough, but it's a sneaky tough because I think they're gonna hear some names. They're like, they don't carry the same weight all time as these other guys.
Okay.
But when you look at purely this attribute, bro, it quite literally, not even like figuratively, but literally, it could be a 4 and like a 100-meter race. We're talking about speed.
Ooh.
Let me give you the 4 that I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Mbappe has to be there.
Oh
my days. This guy's a Jaguar, bro. This guy's a Jaguar. And next to him is a Panther, Thierry Henry. 2. This is where the other 2, you're probably thinking, who are they going to say? Are they going to say some guy from like the night? Nah, we're going to go with pure thoroughbred speedsters and Ousmane Dembele.
Wow.
And Kingsley Coman. Can you think of anyone else? Am I missing anybody?
In terms of speed?
Pure speed. Not who's the best winger, like Ribéry might be. No, pure speed. All at a stop right now.
Yeah.
Gun goes off, start, who wins the race?
Nah, I think those are the 4.
That's a tough 4.
Those 4 are absolutely gone.
Blinking
they are
missile.
absolute rapid. They're so rapid, bro. And remember that time in Kyle Walker in his prime, got in a foot race with Ousmane Dembele, and Dembouz cooked him,
skinned him, bro. That's Kyle Walker
in his prime. Not even this. Kyle Walker now is faster than everybody in his prime. And he was dusted, Yo, Dembouz, and he runs like a gazelle.
Yeah, it's true, bro.
Oh my days, that one's a tough one.
Dembele is so light. That's the thing with him, right? Like it literally looks like it's like a piece of paper just flying away.
Like I think Jamie Redknapp said this about Henry. It's like he can run through snow without leaving a footprint.
That's an amazing quote. That's an amazing quote.
That's a bar. Yeah. That's a bar. I'm gonna say
This is really impossible for us to tell.
No, this one is impossible.
It's impossible because we need to see them in a race.
Yeah, you literally have to see them in a race. You can't even do the nuances. You have to actually see these guys in a race. Kingsley Coman is absolutely rapid.
Bro, he's lightning quick.
He's actually absolutely rapid.
You know who Kingsley Coman is? He's like the... That's
yeah,
it, bro.
He's Speedy Gonzalez. Speedy Gonzalez.
That's Kingsley Coman.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, you're talking about the Coyote. I just clocked. You're talking about the Coyote and
but Coyote.
That was the Mimi. Yeah, the
run
Mimi.
after?
Yeah, Mimi.
Roadrunner.
I said Speedy
even
Gonzalez.
the hair. It looks like he looks like that bird.
Yeah. Roadrunner and oh man.
Oh man, this is tough. Here's the thing with me, right?
Yeah. Okay, go on.
I didn't see Thierry at his very fastest. I saw him at his very best. I never saw him at his very
You
fastest.
about to put Thierry fourth?
No, I don't know. That's the thing. Because like I hear the way he be talking about himself, and I'm like, hold on. I remember you at Barca. I remember the last two, Invincible Henry. You were running as fast as Mbappe.
Yeah,
like
you
were
jumped
more.
in late,
fact,
innit?
and Henry at his best, I almost remember him like smooth. Like he almost like jogs past people.
No.
But
Henry,
Henry, like I've seen the clips, and I used to think they were sped up. That was how crazy they were.
Yeah.
But the clips of him running past Cannavaro and those guys, it literally looks like someone put it in fast forward.
Listen, this might be controversial, but I'm gonna put Coman fourth.
Are you?
And the reason why I'm gonna put Coman fourth,
He's not as powerful a runner.
yeah, man. I just think if they were actually in a race, Stride, he'll lose on
So
Stride.
Coleman might get the initial burst.
Yeah, I think he might. You know, Usain Bolt used to lose the first 10 meters, and then all of a sudden he was gone. You know what I mean? Tyson Gay, Justin Gatlin, they were all ahead because they had that. But when them strides started going, it was very long. So I actually think him and Dem.
Dembele's a light too.
But I do think he's faster than Dembele though.
Do you?
But this is gonna
You
make
think Coleman's faster than
this
Dembele?
might make no sense, people.
Go ahead.
But I actually think he's faster than Dembele, but he'll lose in a race.
What? What? So you think first few yards, like
I just don't. Yeah, I just think he's quicker than. He's quick,
he's
bro.
lightning fast, bro. I'm surprised you put Coleman fourth.
I think I'm gonna put Dembele fourth.
I was gonna put Dembele fourth, to be honest with you, because I feel like Dembele with the ball might be the faster one. But in terms of like you take the ball away from them and just ask them to run in a straight line.
Yeah.
I think Coleman's faster, bro. I think people genuinely do not know how fast Kingsley Coleman is.
But even Kingsley Coleman, his is the acceleration, innit? He has the acceleration to him.
Coleman, I'm telling you, is like it's crazy, bro.
Okay.
I have Coleman over Dembele. And I might be wrong for saying that. I think Dembele with the ball at his feet, okay. Because like he just has this unbelievable close control.
Yeah.
Where Coleman is more a bit kick and run. But I think just straight running.
I think it's the other way around.
You reckon Dembele is more kick and run than Coleman?
Yeah.
Nah.
I think Coleman's a little bit more.
I don't agree. I think Coleman is more kick and run.
I think the times when I've seen Dembele really get to do.
Nah, bro.
He
Dembele's close control.
Yeah.
I got Dembele fourth. I got Dembele fourth, Coleman third.
Dembele fourth, Coleman third.
Yeah.
I need to think about that. All right, let me come back to that one.
Okay, we're going first.
So you got the top two is Thierry Henry and Mbappe.
And it's hard for Henry because I'm watching Mbappe in live action in front of my 2020 working eyes. I'm watching Mbappe right now, and that brother is quick,
Henry. The difference between Henry and Mbappe. Mbappe is the sharpest player I've ever seen in terms of just pure sharpness. In terms of how he can start. I ain't seen someone as quick as that
ever, bro.
No, and the way he runs. But Henry used to run as if he should be in the Olympics with Bolt and them. Like his actual running style.
Yeah, no, he's a pure athlete.
Mbappe's a little bit of a.
You know, Mbappe's form stinks, bro.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a weird runner. So I just don't know if
Mbappe is like if you put the sliders on FIFA, or on EAFC. If you put the sliders on EAFC all the way to 99, like you could in settings, and then all of a sudden you just got like these bro. That's Mbappe. But in terms of like, if you want to make like an Olympic sprinter, like you're saying,
it's Henry.
Henry's form is unreal.
That's what I mean.
Bro.
I don't know who would win in a race.
Well, that's the age-old. Henry thinks it's him.
Mbappe,
Henry said they worked together with Anthony Joshua, and I think Anthony Joshua asked him, who says, "In my prime, me."
Yeah.
But Henry would bet himself in a chess competition against Magnus Carlsen. So that don't really count. Like his
confidence through the roof.
It's through the roof, bro.
Mbappe Henry is a crazy question.
Yeah.
I think
Mbappe's the fastest player I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's the fastest player I've ever seen.
Fastest player you've ever seen?
Yeah. No, okay. Bar like
Adama Traore.
Like I'm talking like the fastest
At
world
the
class
top
player.
level,
Yeah.
yeah.
Adama Traore, that guy's like.
Yeah, I think Henry, man. Henry was so quick. But you know what?
Faster than Walcott.
In Theo Walcott?
Yeah.
I think so. I think
Really?
this might sound controversial, but Walcott's speed is a bit boosted.
Huh?
Bro, but
Nah,
listen,
you're bugging. You're bugging. What?
Listen, don't shoot me, man. Don't shoot me. But I don't know, man.
Are you
I
insane?
don't know. Nah, Walcott was rapid. He was quick, but it's not Mbappe,
Nah, you see you,
bro.
yeah? You've lost your mind.
It's not
You've lost your
Mbappe.
mind. You've lost your mind.
Okay,
You've
all
lost
right.
your mind.
Maybe
You've
let me
lost
say
your mind.
something. How often did you get to see Theo Walcott stretch his legs, absolutely go? How often?
I can think
or
of
was
a few
it just an
instances.
off the
I can
last
think
man
of a few
run?
instances.
Yeah,
I
you're
can think
talking
of
about Liverpool.
Liverpool, of course.
Mhm.
I can think of Barcelona when he came on in the 2-2 draw.
Yeah.
Destroyed Carlos Puyol.
Yeah.
Destroyed him.
But Walcott was a mediocre dribbler, so you didn't get to see it all the
But
time.
we're not asking him to dribble. I'm asking
but
him
he
to
didn't
just
even
get the
use to-
ball,
he
kick
didn't-
it, and
he
run.
didn't used to do that.
Bro, what?
Walcott didn't used to kick and run like that.
No, he didn't, but I've seen him a few
Bale
times.
showed his pace more than Walcott did.
Bale-
Gareth Bale showed his speed
Bale is another
more
one.
occasions.
Bale versus Walcott is almost like Mbappe versus
Henry,
because
yeah.
Bale is just like a perfect athlete.
I'm going Bale.
In a race, yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
No, I'm going whatever. Kick and run, I'm going Bale, bro.
oh, it's because his legs are tree trunks.
Yeah, bro, real
Let's
athletes.
take Henry and Mbappe.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go Mbappe first.
I think so.
I'm gonna go. The reason why I'm going to go Mbappe first is because his acceleration is the quicker I see it. Henry, I think, has got better strides, is a better runner, more powerful, but I think Mbappe is just more lightning, more elusive, more like he's just gone. I just think he's just more gone. That acceleration is
his legs move so quickly. Henry, for me, I feel is almost like strides.
Yeah, I think
Mbappe is literally like a blur.
So I'm gonna go Mbappe, Thierry Henry.
Yeah, and we got third. I got Kingsley. I think Kingsley's got him, bro.
Mbappe. Yo, I can't get that clip of Walker out of
Yeah,
my
that's
mind.
true. That's
I just
true.
can't get Walker.
Yeah, nah, it's facts.
Walker.
He did destroy Walker. I don't know if
Walker.
Coleman could destroy Walker.
I don't think he can. Power running. Yeah, don't shoot me. Just for that clip, Dembele third.
That's
Coleman
fair,
fourth.
man. That's fair.
Just for that clip, Dembele third.
I hear it, but I'm gonna stick with Coleman.
You're gonna say
I'm gonna
Coleman.
stick with
And
Coleman.
Dembele will probably pull his hamstring on this one as soon as done. We're not gonna get
What?
the
Coleman's
race.
not gonna break his ankle. That racing never happened.
It's just gonna be Henry and Mbappe in the end, bro. If it been Will Todd might pop up, or if it been I don't know,
Lloyd
man.
Grimmy.
Nicholas Anelka or something.
Lloyd Grimmy was rapid.
Yeah,
bro.
he was.
Yeah, he was quick.
Here's the reball Henry, man.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's that. So we've done Brazil, Italy,
Yeah.
France, and England. I think we're missing an absolute juggernaut. And I think it's actually rivals. It's getting to the stage of rivaling Italy and Brazil in terms of synonymous.
It's true. You're talking about Spain, aren't you?
I'm talking about Spain's passing ability. Spain's passing ability. And
You're right.
there's probably, I can give you 20 names.
Mm.
But the names that I'm thinking of,
By the way, those 20 names, they all come in the same like
in the same era, you know what I'm saying?
They produce them all at once.
I'm going to put in there Xavi, Cesc, Xabi Alonso,
Give me a fourth.
and Iniesta.
You have to put Iniesta in there.
But are these guys? What about? I need to mention the honorable mentions.
Oh, there's so many.
There's Thiago Alcantara.
Hold on.
Sorry,
Say his name again.
Alcantara, so whatever his name is. Sorry,
Thiago-
Alcantara. Yeah,
Thiago Alcantara.
Alcantara. There's Thiago,
Yeah.
David Silva.
Isco.
No, Isco. Isco's not with these guys.
You're right.
Passing now, not with passing now. Busquets.
Yeah, up there.
Midfield,
Midfielders, Mata. I think
creative
Mata
passing, maybe, yeah. But yeah, Mata, Cazorla.
Yeah, up there.
There's even guys in the past like Almeida that people might not remember.
That's
Did you watch
before
my
my
Almeida?
time.
Okay.
That's before my time. You guys heard me say Guti.
Guti.
Yeah, Pedri even these days. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't have the name, but like, great passer.
Am I missing
Rodri.
anyone? Rodri. Nah, he's not with these guys.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about great midfielders.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Great passers.
Yeah.
I think those are the ones, to be honest.
Even
with
Pep
you.
was a good passer. Which is, yeah, trust me, he was a good passer.
We'll stick with our four.
No, he was a good passer.
Honestly,
no, but
Thiago,
do you think David Silva can't sneak in that top
he
four?
could. I think Thiago could sneak in that top four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But ahead of who?
It's tough, bro. It's actually tough.
Was Iniesta a better passer than David Silva?
Ooh, I think so.
Was Alonso a better passer than Thiago?
I think Alonso has to be in this 4.
We might have to do a top 6.
You want to do top 6?
We might have to do a top 6.
We're moving like the front.
Bro, we might have to do a top 6 for this one.
Thiago Alcantara is a crazy passer, bro. Like, that guy's
You
passing.
have to take every single aspect into it.
No, Thiago's
so you have to
passing
take
is
in
nuts, bro.
general passing,
Yeah.
metronome passing, long passing,
creative passing,
final third
vertical
passing, and variety.
Yeah.
You have to take in
Did you
every
say quantity
single
of passing as well too? How many passes you average like every 90 minutes?
No,
I think
that's what I said metronome. That's what I said metronome.
Metronome. Okay,
metronome.
yeah.
I mean,
That's so tough, bro. That's actually so tough.
because let's be honest.
Cause I know what you're thinking right now. You don't want to say it. Cam's playing politician right now. I know Cam doesn't want Iniesta in the top 4, bro. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong right now. Look me in the eyes and say you want Iniesta in the top 4. I know you don't. I know you don't rate Iniesta that highly as a passer. He knows it. I live with this guy, man. We have these conversations. I know you don't want Iniesta in the top 4.
I just don't know.
I knew it.
No, nah. Because Iniesta was like Isco with better passing, right? In a way, you know what I mean? In terms of like dribbler, glides, but he had better passing, right? I think anyway. But then David Silva as well was an unbelievable. Literally, is there really any separation between Iniesta and Xavi? David Silva passing wise. Did David Silva ever look out of place when he was with Italy? No, he was one of their key men in
Spain.
Fact. Yeah, I'm sorry, with Spain.
Yeah.
They were literally they were doing the same things. They do the same things. Like the way Iniesta can slide it, so can David Silva.
Yeah.
I think now we're just thinking about the caliber of player. That Iniesta is a GOAT and David Silva is not, but passing ability,
just pure passing. David Silva's weight of pass was lovely, bro. It was lovely,
bro.
And David Silva had that slide rule pass as well.
Yes,
too, that he had on lock, bro. Unlock any defense, David Silva. Oh. David Silva, that's the pass I remember more than anything. That slide rule pass from David Silva was.
Could Iniesta cross as well, like David Silva?
You could cross, definitely.
Like
he played
David
on the
Silva?
wing, bro. He played some games out
never
wide.
Really crossing.
Whoa, I don't know.
David Silva used to cut in on that left sometimes.
No, but David Silva Iniesta would be cutting in on that right and curl it in too, bro.
There's them little Alexis Sanchez little dink passes.
Nah, right, yo, whoa.
There's little Rodri little clippers.
What the hell are you talking about?
There's little clippers,
nah.
man. David Silva could really.
Hey, whip it.
Yeah, man. He used to play left for Valencia as well, man.
Iniesta, though, bro, when you talk about metronome, he's averaging way more. And you might say, oh, it's Barca's tax or whatever. But Iniesta is just more on the ball, too, in terms of like how many touches he's receiving and passing.
What about when it was David Silva with Pep? Was he?
David Silva with Pep?
Yeah.
When was that? Oh, you're talking City.
17, 18, 19.
Yeah,
that guy was the
metronome. He's like a baby Iniesta, man.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
trying to copy
shut up,
Iniesta's
man.
game, bro.
No.
Pep was showing him Iniesta tape, bro.
This might have to be the first one.
So hold on, let's leave 3 through 6 to the comments. So comments rank for us in terms of passing: Busquets, Alonso, Iniesta, David Silva. Purely passing.
And
Do
Thiago.
not give me anything in terms of big moments. Don't give me what they did in the Champions League. Or don't give me purely break down how great of a passer these guys were, and I want to see how creative you guys can get too. Let us know, break down their games and in the intricacies. Let's me and you though. Separate Fabregas.
Because Thiago's the most creative of this whole list.
So what, you want to do 3 through 7?
Yes.
Iniesta, David Silva, Iniesta, David Silva, Alonso, Busquets, Thiago Alcantara.
Yes.
Rank them in terms of and passing only.
Yes.
And then me and you will debate Fabregas and Xavi.
Man said WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Xavi is the best controller we've ever seen.
Ever.
I think so. If you're talking about metronomic play,
his rhythm is just
he's
like,
number one.
Yeah.
He could but that include metronome? Obviously includes your touch. I think his first, if that makes sense, his first touch is also one of the best of all time.
His awareness.
His
too,
awareness that
game.
comes with the IQ, that comes with all of it.
Yeah.
So just pass it to me, pass it to boom boom. I think he's the best. Pass it between the line. Somebody's coming, but he'll use his body and stuff. But passing, I think he's got the controlling side of it to a T. He's like perfect. He is the representation in football. But Cesk's variety,
crazy. You know, Cesk's my favorite. It was my first.
Yeah,
favorite
I remember. Cesc is arguably the best final third passer in the Prem. I think you can argue between him and
I think him, Ozil, and De Bruyne are like.
Yeah, you can argue with them guys. But Fabregas could do it long. Yeah, maybe not long like Xabi Alonso, where he's just ripping the sky when he's passing.
He's more like
it was a bit floating. Yeah. But he caresses the Fabregas could long pass an assist, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah. He could final ball you from 40 yards. And that's what I love. That's what he had different to a Scholes, I think, and a Xabi Alonso. Fabregas, when he used to get his head up and see a runner,
Costa,
he's putting it through to you. He's putting it through to you. So his final third passing, he can break. Did he often get into positions to break lines like a Xavi? Maybe not, because Fabregas sometimes was playing a little bit more forward as well. But in terms of his creative passing, I haven't seen many like Cesc Fabregas. I think he's got more variety than Xavi.
Let me say this about Fabregas. First of all, when you talk about relationship with the ball, which is the first thing we ever talked about on this show, relationship with the ball, Fabregas treated the ball like art, to be honest with you. The way he caressed it, the way he treated it, it was like a child for him. And I think the biggest weakness in Fabregas' game, that is actually the biggest strength of Xavi's game. And I think it's also the biggest reason why Fabregas ultimately, in my eyes, didn't work out at Barcelona. And that's his understanding of tempo and being a metronome. I don't think Fabregas had the patience in his game.
He had the English side to him.
Of course. He basically, he's Spanish, but he spent his
it's the English side to him.
He spent his formative developmental years in England. And when he came to Barcelona, he's much more of, give it and go. And let's play the final pass. And let's bring the ball. Where Xavi and Iniesta and Busquets are more, patience. Let's patience. And I think that was his biggest issue. Yeah. But when you talk about being able to dictate from deep, Fabregas could do that. He showed that toward the end of his career at Chelsea. In terms of, in the second phase, stringing passes and getting his team up the pitch and combining with players, 1-2s, breaking lines, Fabregas could do that. In the final third, I completely agree with you, bro. His weight of pass and his creativity and his variety in playmaking is up there amongst the best we've ever seen. De Bruyne will give him the king of the assists because he has that one ball off the right to the back post on lock.
People forget that Fabregas has 111 Premier League assists.
Bro, Fabregas, I think, until De Bruyne just beat him, was the second most assists in Premier League history after Giggs. I think Fabregas was second, bro. Yeah. I think Fabregas was second. And so again, De Bruyne has that ball on the right to a T. But I think Fabregas, any part of the final third could hurt you. Anywhere. If Fabregas, you could put him on any part of the pitch and he can pick out a killer pass. Fabregas is set pieces as well too. Corners, dinked free kicks into the boxes, curlers. He had all of them on lock too. Fabregas, in terms of variety of passing,
it's up there with the best.
It's up there. He's one of the best passers of all time.
Yeah. But Xavi, with everything that we're saying.
Xavi, let's not lie to Xavi.
Xavi had a final third pass as well.
Had a final third. One thing though, people don't remember about Xavi was extremely right-footed, bro. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, but
yes, because when
Xavi,
the
most one-footed players.
When Xavi used to get the ball and you're trying to press him, he will do a 360.
with his right.
180 with his right foot only.
With the outside of his right foot.
Yeah. He was literally like that. He'll shield. I'm telling you, he'll get low.
It might not be something you never paid attention to, but if you just watch Barcelona games or Xavi verse compilations, look how many of his touches are right foot.
But you know why he's so good as well, right? Is because the reason why you can be that one-footed when he's so good at, and that's something that I think people, when we look at these Spain teams and you look at these David Silvas, you look at Iniesta, you look at Busquets, you mentioned it earlier, we talk about the use of their body. You can be one-footed if you're good at using your 100%. Body, bro.
And also, if you're always aware that...
The ball used to come to him, instead of touching it with his left and a guy is coming, he'll just drop his shoulder and open up with his right. And that guy's, see you later, mate. You know what I mean? He's gone to the shop. Xavi's gone. So the use of your body is so important.
But I'm even talking his passing is all right-footed. His passing is all right.
Xavi was such a glue with his passing that it's hard to not put him first. And he had set pieces
too, huh? Corners, free kicks.
Yeah, he did. He did. Wow.
I think I have to give it to Xavi just because, bro. Again, it's kind of like this.
Or is it legend tax?
It's not legend tax. It's kind of like the Gerrard thing, where when I
think
of
passing, you think of Xavi.
Xavi, bro. He's the best passer I've ever seen in my life, bro.
And the thing is, look, it really depends on how you say. I think maybe again this might be because Fabregas has maybe a little bit more to his arsenal than Xavi, but Xavi just seemed like such a specialist with it. And I think it's the same thing with Thiago. I think Thiago has such a variety that might even be able to. Sometimes you can see it as it could like hurt them a little bit because Fabregas has so much as well. Fabregas had goals in his game. He could when in his day he could run a little bit.
Fabregas is such a brilliant passer though, man.
But I think Xavi was such a specialist in what he did, but so was Busquets. So am I being
Xavi though?
unfair
Also,
here?
Xavi also had those switches. Xavi could also play
Yes.
a ball in the air. He had those floaters.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
You know
it's not
what?
like
I'm
he
gonna
couldn't
go.
do that.
I'm gonna go Xavi because I believe in terms of specialist, pure specialist. I'm gonna say he's probably the best of all time in that regard. So I'm gonna say Xavi there. But again, people, this is such a tough discussion because I don't think he's number one for variety. I really don't. I think others are there.
No, I
for
think variety. I would give it Cesc.
Yeah,
I think variety. I would give it to Cesc Fabregas.
and David Silva for me.
I think Cesc is the most. I think he would go number one for me.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Fabregas, bro, like he's
But
unlucky.
you think he's flair with it. Thiago's flair. He could outside the foot the ball. He outside the foot.
Yeah,
across
Fabregas
the
doesn't
park.
have the extravagance of
Yeah,
Thiago's
yeah.
passing, but Fabregas, bro, weight of pass and creativity as well too.
Who do you think is the best line breaker there? You know, Thiago might be.
Yeah, it might be Thiago.
Thiago, bro. He
Thiago
fires
Busquets.
that.
Busquets is up there as well too.
I think it's Busquets and Thiago.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
Silva though is
Yeah.
it's tough. That's very tough.
It's tough.
We're talking about
And,
specialists.
what do you quantify as a line?
What do you mean?
You know, because people often only think of lines as the DLP firing
No,
it
I'm
into the
thinking.
10.
I'm thinking the ball goes between two players. One
Yeah.
defender's here, one defender's there. You could be on the left and you see your left back overlapping, and you
Yeah.
split the
People
right,
don't think about it
Yeah,
like
you
that.
split the right back and you split the center back. That's a line breaking
People
pass.
often think about line breaking as the DLP gets it from the defender
Nah.
and breaks it into the 10.
Yeah.
But a lot of the
Line
times
breaking
that-
passes. If you're the number 10, your striker is making a run behind.
Yeah.
You split both defenders.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, people, I think we reluctantly got to number one for that
Yeah,
one. I don't know.
barely.
You gone Fabregas? Or
Nah, I'm gonna go Xavi, man. Even though I love Cesc, man. Wow, what a joy.
Let's do one more.
Okay,
Let's do one more. We've been talking for ages. Let's do one more. What is the final country do you think that actually has something that's so specific to them?
I think it has to be the Dutch.
What
What
would
do you
that say?
So we talked about Italy. We think of Catenaccio, defensive football. We think of Spain. We think of tiki taka, passers. We think of Brazil. We think of Joga Bonito, skillers. When I think of the Dutch, I think of total football. When I think of total football, I think of a variety of things like passing, of course, like possession based. But I think of just technique. I think of just like laser close, brilliantly technical footballers. Like technical footballers, their fundamentals are on 10.
So
That's what I
what
think of the Dutch.
names would you put in there?
I mean, total football, I think of Johan Cruyff. Cruyff has to be there. When I think of technical wizards, I think of Dennis Bergkamp. This is where it gets tough because there's a few. I mean, Seedorf was such a fundamentally clean midfielder.
I don't like the word underrated in terms of where, but in terms of actual his talent,
It's crazy talent.
it's so
It's
underrated.
crazy talent. Like honestly, like fundamentally,
so
he's
talented.
clean, bro. Like,
So
people talk about how
talented.
built he is and how strong.
Yeah, no, his feet. He could dribble as well.
Dribbling, his passing is crisp. First
He was
touch,
complete.
Yeah, IQ.
He was
Yeah,
complete.
Seedorf is brilliantly fundamental.
I
player.
think he has to be in there.
I think Schneider has a case, but he's just one of many, right? Like I'm just naming names here.
Yeah,
Schneider
I
was-
think Seedorf's over Schneider.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking of a fourth one. Like you had the Dutch three. I think all three of them were terrific footballers. In
I
their
think
own
Van
right.
Basten should be in there.
Overhold it.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah, Ruud Gullit. You know what I've said about Ruud
Yeah.
Gullit. Listen, guys, I got this guy to message his dad and say, what does he think about Ruud Gullit?
Yeah, my
This is
dad
before
said
I've even
my
met
dad
his
said
dad.
He's a monster.
Ruud Gullit was absolute monster, but he also was physically, it was a big side
Yeah,
of his
but also
game
what
too.
made Hullet so great too is that he was so big, but also
Yeah,
like a technically
I agree.
great player.
But, bro, Ruud Gullit will tell you that Van Basten
I can't even lie. There's one I'm not gonna put in my four.
Van Basten's a genius.
Of course, I'll put Van Basten
On the ball.
There's one that you wouldn't even think of, but Ronald Koeman, bro. Even though he was a center back,
True.
played defensive midfield at times.
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
really, and the way he struck a ball.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We're thinking for Van Persie.
Van Persie is a technical wizard, bro. Van Persie is one of the most technical forwards I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough to.
I think Cruyff, Van Basten, Dennis Bergkamp, and Clarence Seedorf for me.
those four.
I think that's
But
one for
the
me.
thing that's going to make it so hard to compare them is because their technique is measured in such different ways.
Yep.
Like when you're talking about Van Basten, like, because here's another thing too. When you think of technique, what do you think of? Are you thinking of close control? Because technique can also be how well you strike a ball.
Yep.
Technique can also be.
I
the
think
variety
every
in
single
your-
one of them had all of it.
You reckon?
They had all of it.
It's true. Like, what is Seedorf missing? What is
Then none of them are missing anything. Only thing that let me see. Nah, they could all dribble. They could all had perfect first touches. They could all do both feet.
Yeah.
They all scored absolute worldies that will live on forever. They've all got what else can we say? Manipulation.
Yeah.
There's nothing that none of these guys are lacking. And I actually think this is actually so tough.
It's really tough. It's really.
I actually think
really
this is
tough.
actually so tough.
Because I think with Bergkamp, you have potentially the most technically gifted player the Prem has ever seen. You have a case for the most technically
Probably
perfect player the Prem has seen. Bro, the first touch is literally velvet. You talked about Henry, like, he walks on. I'm surprised that quote wasn't about Bergkamp, bro.
Bro, it was a pillow touch, man.
Yeah,
Velvet
Bergkamp,
pillows.
honestly, the touch, the flicks, just brilliant. Van Basten, man, honestly, guys, do yourself a favor and just go sit down and watch 10 minutes of Marco Basten.
It'll be your favorite YouTube comp.
Oh my days! Again, like they so tall, but so elegant, and it's because of how technically perfect he was, bro.
Perfect.
The first touch with his chest, with his foot, the way he struck a ball.
Imagine like Berbatov on steroids.
Oh my! Honestly, great comparison.
Like Berbatov
the way he
on
even
steroids.
took the ball down, bro, is just like velvet.
It's like Berbatov on steroids, but with the striking ability of like Van Persie or something. It's just ridiculous, bro. Like it's like a complete monster.
No, you could have been very well looking at the best striker of all time if injuries didn't. And I know we said about R9 too. But
listen. I've always said this, right? I think everything goes with generations. Everybody talks about, but for me,
Van Basten, that could have been his generation.
No, not even that. For me, when I watch videos, R9, I would always say is the best or whatever. Video wise, what he did on the pitch, whatever, talent wise. But for me, Van Basten was better than Thierry Henry, right?
Yeah.
So when there's a lot of stuff like R9 than Henry. From what I can see with I'm sorry. From what I'm witnessing here, there's no way Henry's better than this guy. I'm sorry. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm sorry.
He won three
Ballon d'Ors, yeah.
I don't know if in a row, but he won 3 by 27, I think.
That's why.
And then basically his career was over.
That's why everything is about generations.
Yeah.
That's why I think when people have like, you say to a foreign person, like that Henry's the second best striker of all time.
Brazilians will tell you Romario.
They'll be like, no, he's not.
No, Brazilians might tell you Romario over R9.
Yeah,
forget about that.
Exactly. So no, they wouldn't.
I think they would. I think there's some Brazilians that would tell you Romario over R9.
They wouldn't. Bro,
I think you'd be surprised.
Even Romario didn't want to say that he's better than R9, bro.
He said they were level.
No, yeah, bro. But you see, he was saying no to everybody. When he heard R9, he started trembling a little bit. Like, all right, let me not.
He said he was better than Messi.
Yeah, bro. The only person that he said that he's not better than is R9 and Maradona.
I think it's
Pele. And Pele. Yeah, and Pele.
That's his OGs.
Yeah,
respect your elders.
But
you know what Van Basten is on steroids? Van Basten is like Lewandowski on steroids.
Nah, man.
I think so.
No,
I think he's Lewandowski on steroids because of the frame. Because of Lewandowski technically is excellent as well too. But I think he was that just times 10. Who did you compare him to instead?
Berbatov and Van Persie fusion, bro.
Yeah,
Van Persie fusion.
My point is he's that profile. Like if you want to create like a target man in a lab, it's Van Basten because he's tall, hold up the ball, but then also technically just unreal, bro.
All right, let's go. Let's rank this one in terms of football technicians.
Where do you start, bro?
I'm gonna have to go. Oh, this is.
You're gonna put Van Basten fourth after everything we just said.
Impossible.
Is
I
it?
think Clarence has to be fourth.
Clarence
has to be fourth. Technically perfect. Listen.
Perfect. There's no flaw in his game.
All 4 of these guys are technically perfect.
Seedorf, bro, when he strikes a ball too,
it stays
like his
hit.
technique in striking.
You remember his goal against Man United?
You know what we're doing with technique? We're basically combining all the other attributes we just talked about: skills, dribbling, passing, all this. We're touching.
It's true, you know. I think Clarence Seedorf, fourth.
Yeah. I don't know, you know.
What are you gonna do? Put Johan Cruyff fourth?
No, hell, whoa. That
Cruyff?
is blasphemous. That is egregious.
Wait, are you about to put Van Basten fourth?
It's tough, bro.
Are you about to put?
It's tough because
Marco
just
Van
naturally,
Basten
this is
fourth?
kind of like where the
Did
bias.
you see 1988 volley?
Yeah, of course,
across
bro. I watched the Ballon video.
Did you
I
see
did my
his
research.
overhead kicks?
Of course, bro. Of course, but this is also like when you kind of talk about like the bias of like smaller players.
Yeah.
Like just naturally, their actions are gonna look a little more crisp, a little more clean. Seedorf, man, that guy was suave, suave, Clarence.
But I don't know. I think Dennis Bergkamp.
Bergkamp has to be. Bergkamp is top 2 for me.
I don't know if it's as clear as you think as
what?
Van Basten. I can't believe you have Bergkamp 2 levels above Van Basten. Not levels.
I haven't decided yet, but I think I have Bergkamp above him.
I'm gonna go Clarence fourth.
You really think Van Basten over Bergkamp?
Oh,
Bro,
you know who Van Basten
Do you know who
is?
Bergkamp is?
No,
bro?
Bergkamp is perfect as well. He's
Bro,
perfect.
Bergkamp, the flick against Argentina.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
All
talk
right, let's
about
go.
Van Basten versus who was it?
Bergkamp.
Against? Yeah, Van Basten in 1988. Bergkamp, bro, has that goal against Argentina
Yeah.
too, bro.
And he has some of the most magical goals Premier's
I'm not
ever
even
seen.
thinking about the goal too. I think it was against Juventus where he
Yeah.
just chop. Scoop,
You know what? All right.
Scoop.
All right. You know what? Johan Cruyff,
One.
number one,
Easy.
because he's the combination of everything.
Can I say this on
And
Cruyff?
he was the best dribbler
Can I say
here.
this on Cruyff? Well, you know how we talk about Van Dijk in terms of like,
Mhm.
oh, we think he could play in most eras?
Yeah.
Johan Cruyff is one of the few players that I look at when I view him, and it's like, yo, this guy is doing stuff in 1974 that I see guys doing right now.
Mhm.
He was so ahead of his time because of how technically and obviously mentally he's a genius. But
Yeah.
technically he was so perfect. Bro, you can put that guy in
In every
30
era,
years.
yeah.
In 30 years, you can go put him in that game. And because of the way he views and plays the game, he'll look perfect.
Yeah. Johan Cruyff is football.
First.
So Cruyff is first. I'll go Dennis Bergkamp second. I'll go Marco Van
Van Basten
Basten
third.
I'm going Clarence Seedorf
I can hear
fourth.
that. I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that.
I think that's about it, man. You know what I'm saying?
that's a
We've
crazy
been here
list.
hour talking
Bro.
just straight nationality, straight nuances of football. Obviously, it's international break. We want you guys to have a little bit of fun. We want you guys to get creative as well. The one thing I want to say is make sure you guys throw yours in the comments and try and be as practical and as possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It will be interesting to see you guys' reasons because there's sometimes when we watch our comments and we're like, you know, that's a good point. That was a good point. So yeah,
And here's
man,
another
guys,
thing
make
too.
sure.
I want you guys to think about other countries because we left a few big hitters out there, bro. Like multiple time World Cup winners.
Yeah.
What do you think? Maybe Uruguay, you think of like I don't know nines. Maybe when you think of Germany, you think of I don't know something else. Argentina, what do you think of? Let us know in the comments. Give us some other little niches that certain countries have. And on the topic of Dutch, we also got the chance to speak to Dutch footballing royalty. Of course, that is the great Patrick Kluivert of FC Barcelona, Ajax, and the Dutch national team. Here's what he had to say.
And shifting over to the Netherlands, you were obviously part of a great lineage of Dutch number 9s for the national team. And we've been playing a game called Game of Fours, which is basically ranking 4 players in order. I don't want to call it best to worst, but it's just ranking it from 1 to 4. And I've got 4 Dutch strikers for you. I'm talking Ruud van Nistelrooy. I'm talking Patrick Kluivert. I'm talking Van Basten and Robin van Persie. I want to know your 1 to 4.
Then I would say Marco van Basten, Patrick, Van Persie, Van Nistelrooy.
You know, oh my, Van Nistelrooy is my favorite player. He made me support Manchester United.
Sorry, mate. I need to disappoint you in this one. But you know what it is? These are kind of 4 Dutch strikers. You have a lot of more, so he can be very, very happy to be in this role. Eh? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.